Welcome back to Night Ether. We will continue with our Beyond the Veil series. Today we will focus on Gerald Levert. And I do have a few questions here, so I'm just going to look over to see what our first question is. All right, so the first question we have, did he give up or was his death accidental? Okay. I do somewhat remember the fact that I think he was at a hotel and I think he was actually not feeling well or sick. And I think that he took prescription meds, I believe, but I'm not quite sure. It was a while ago and I really don't remember. So just kind of want to ask that question. Even if there was an answer, we'd like to ask the person directly, right? So get a few more shuffles in. Was it accidental? All right, let's see what we have here, guys. Okay, so the first card pulled was the patience and planning cards with the two pillars. You have the temptation card. And you have the intuition card. All right. All right. So let's go back to the patience and planning card, okay, with the two pillars. You can see that. Let me hold that correctly. All right. Now, with the patience and planning card, you have the two pillars. To me, with the two pillars, it represents polar opposites. It's always the light and dark, or the masculine and feminine, the positive and negative, and then you have the middle ground in between, right? So with that question of was his death accidental or was it not accidental? The first thing that I'm getting is that he was tired. He was tired. I'm getting tiredness mentally and physically. That's what he's showing to me. Tiredness mentally and physically. It's just like I keep getting like a head shake, like just tired, And for him, there was no middle ground anymore. It was just like it is or it isn't. You know how, sometimes in day-to-day life, things can become gray, things can merge, and you're like, okay, I can see it. Well, maybe. But for him, just at his age, being in the industry for so long, experiencing, being in the presence of many different people and many different energies, the things that he went through, it's like, it is what it is. It's either this or that. There's no in between anymore. And a lot of times when you get to that point, sometimes you can feel as if there is no other way out. It's just, it is or it isn't. That's what I keep getting, if I can explain that correctly. And for him, it just felt like a lot of the things that he went through, a lot of the things that he wanted to accomplish, a lot of the things that he didn't receive credit for. And I don't want to go too much into that because that's actually one of the questions, but it feels like he's revealing that ahead of time. It's kind of like just fed up with not getting your just due and working hard and hard and hard and not seeing the proper return on what you should receive for the amount of energy, time, and work that you put in. Okay. And that's how you also look at this patience and planning card. It's like, I've been patient. I've done what I'm supposed to do. I've taken the right avenues, for me as a person, as an artist, handling my business, writing my own material, doing what I'm supposed to do, from a young age, a young adult into his, grown adult years. It's like I've been going by the book and doing what I'm supposed to do, but where is my recognition? Where is my just due? Why am I not where I'm supposed to be at? I'm feeling a little bit of frustration. not necessarily anger a little bit, but really like frustration. That's what I'm getting. I feel frustrated. I'm getting the frustration feeling. It's like, if I did this from A to Z, why am I not getting the return that I'm supposed to have? That's what I get from that. I've been patient. I've been planning. I've been following things by the book. I've been doing what I'm supposed to do. I help people. Like, I'm a good person. I do all these things. Like, why am I not getting the return that I'm supposed to get? That's what I'm getting. It feels like frustration. Okay. Go to the temptation card. This is the next card, the temptation card. I feel like at some point in time, he felt like, sometimes I just want to give all this shit up. You know what I mean? Even though it's his love and his passion, it's like the heartache and the stress and the lack of return that you get from it, or lack thereof. It's like sometimes he thought about just giving it all up. And at the point of his transition, his death, he was really tired, mentally and physically. And it's just like, should I just give this all up? Or should I keep pushing forward? And he had that thought in his mind a lot of times about, should I give up or should I push forward? Should I give up or should I push forward? And the actual love, because he really loved what he did. He really loved to sing. He really loved to entertain and just, pour his heart out. But it's like, when your passion and your heart is intertwined with what you do for a living, it makes it a lot more difficult to make certain decisions, because you feel like you're giving up yourself, you're giving up your life, because that is your life, And then you have the intuition card. I felt like he's telling me it's like he knew he couldn't go too much longer without making a decision. That's why I said it's either has to be this or that. You have the two pillars. It can't be in between. I can't continue to kind of like go to middle ground and kind of like try and make my way and try and be happy with what I'm, giving or receiving in return. But it's just like he felt fed up in a lot of ways, just in his personal life, but also definitely career-wise. He felt like he didn't get his just due. He didn't feel like he got his flowers. He didn't feel like he got his roses. He really did not. He really does not feel that. But with the intuition card that came out, it's like, okay, I know there has to be a change soon. And he felt as if he was just like really tired. Okay. So let's see what else I'm getting. I feel like all of this coupled together, he's saying that his transition was an accident, but at the same time, I don't think he was fighting. So to explain that, did he purposely, I think it was, like I said, prescription medicine or over the counter, he was sick or something like that. Did he purposely take all of that medication to end everything? No. But at the same time, I feel like he wanted to numb the pain physically and mentally. And it was just like, okay, I think he had a thought like, maybe I'm taking too much or maybe I'm doing too much. But then at the same time, he's like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So you know how you get to the point where you're just kind of like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So did he not necessarily set out to end things? No. But did he get an inkling in his mind before he took all of this? Like, okay, possibly this can't turn out right, or maybe this is too much. Yeah, but at the same time, he was like, it is what it is. Okay. And I don't think he thought that, he would transition from taking this medication, per se. I feel like he thought he would wake up or, he would live to see another day. But sometimes you just get like really tired and your judgment and your inhibitions and your fears just kind of like fade away because you're like, I experienced so much. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's what I keep getting from him. It's just like, it is what it is. Okay. So it was accidental, but he did think about the medications that he did mix. You understand what I'm saying? So hopefully that kind of makes sense because that's how it's being relayed to me. Okay. Did he feel like he received the recognition that he deserved career-wise? So we kind of got into that a little bit already. That he was just spilling the beans already, just kind of like fed up. But let's pull some more cards so we can get a little bit more insight um, as to how he felt. A few more shuffles. All right, one more. Okay. All right. First card, power. Second card, sacral chakra reversed. And then emotional loss. Ooh, okay. I'm really feeling, like I said in the beginning, it really feels like he was ready to cut his ties. Like it's either, I got to make a decision, either it's this or that. Like I really think possibly soon, if he were to live within that time frame, he was going to take a break. He was going to step back. He was going to take a break because he just felt like he had been going on for so long. And like I said, it's just not, he didn't get his just due. He didn't get it. And it's like he trying to be strong, but it feels like he just keep going in circles and he's not breaking out or getting the big break that he deserved. Like, of course, all of us, especially in the melanated community, we know him. Most of us, we loved his music. From Levert, from his father to Levert to just watching him grow. Of course, we all loved him, right? But you have some artists who are able to break that barrier and really become superstars, to really blow up and to cross over into mainstream and then even internationally. He's just like, it was just frustration for him. And you see that number 8, it's like stuck in a wheel, stuck in an infinity circle. It's like, I can't break out of it. It's like, where is the big break? You know what I mean? Now, to a lot of us, it's like he was a great entertainer. He was a great performer, a great singer. But, artists have, I guess, a vision of what they see and how they see themselves in their career progressing as the years go by. And for him to be in it for so many years and it didn't progress to the level that he desired, like to blow up into superstar status mainstream, it was just frustrating. And I keep using that word, but I'm sorry. That's the word that he keeps relaying. And then you have the sacral chakra, which was reversed. So when you look at the sacral chakra, that deals a lot with being able to produce something new, to be able to break out of the box and produce new life, to produce something new, like I said, creative wise, and to break barriers. The sacral chakra deals with fertility, and fertility in a sense of, like I said, producing something new, something that thrives, something that grows. However, this sacral chakra card was reversed, which means he felt stumped or stifled for so long. He moved forward in certain areas, definitely in the R&B genre and, contemporary R&B, but it's just superstar status. And I feel like that's what he was really looking for, and he really felt like he was that type of entertainer and he deserved that, especially the amount of work that he put in and the hard work that he put in over the years. He feels as if he did not get his just due. And then you have the emotional loss card, which was reversed. Okay. And he got to a point where it was just like numb. Remember I said, with the medication that he took, was he thinking about the aspect of it? A little bit, but it was just like, it is what it is. So when you get to a point where you've lost so much, or you feel like you don't get what you were supposed to get, you have a feeling or attitude of, it is what it is. So it came to a point for him where he was hurt about it, he was frustrated about it, but then it got to the point where it's like, you know what, it is what it is. And that goes back to what I said about eventually it feels like he was either going to take a break or cut his losses or go into something else, or definitely take a break or go behind the scenes or produce or something, because it's like, as an entertainer, as an artist, he wasn't getting what he deserved. Okay. So definitely he feels as if he didn't get the overall mainstream and just superstar status recognition that he deserved. Because he really was a good artist. He felt that, and of course a lot of us feel that as well. Was he happy with his life before his passing? Was he happy with life? Personal wise and just, period. Was he happy with his life before his passing? All right, one more shuffle. All right. Truth is no. Truth is no. I'm going to read these backwards because they're coming out, because it feels like he's saying like stuff was ass backwards. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, they tell you to do things and live life a certain way, and you should receive these things in return. He's all about, it's like he keeps saying about the return did not equal the amount of energy and work put out. Keep getting that. So truth is, the scales did not balance. You see this person on this scale, and the scale is kind of weighing down heavily, but the other scale is lighter and it's lifted up. It's like the truth is, the scales were not balanced. He felt like the scales never balanced for him. He did not get his just due. Things did not even out. You have the power card that came out again reversed. Okay, this time reversed. It's kind of like, it almost felt like at this point it was out of his control. Like, he tried every avenue and the things that he was supposed to do, but it just didn't turn out the way that he thought or he envisioned or he felt as if he should have, as far as his career. And then you have the emotional withdrawal reverse. So you have emotional withdrawal, but at the same time, it's like, I'm just detaching myself from this. I'm just kind of like fed up with it. So I'm going to break ties. Like I said, before his death, he made up in his mind that he was going to take a break, that he was just going to just kind of like sever ties a little bit, either take a break or, like I said, go behind the scenes. It kept feeling like he was either going to take a break or go behind the scenes with just developing other artists or working behind the scenes or producing or writing or arranging or whatever that is. Okay. Now, I do know, if I'm correct, that his brother had passed as well, not too long after he did. Just want to know, how did he feel about his brother's passing? Okay, how did he feel about his brother's passing? A few more shuffles in. All right, one more shuffle. Okay. Some of the same cards are coming out, and y'all hear me over here shuffling hard, okay? Truth reversed. Sacrifice reversed. Material harvest reversed. It was too soon. He felt like it was too soon. He also he understood that his brother grieved him as well. He felt like it was too soon. And he felt like his brother kind of gave up a little bit. Yeah, it was really too soon, because he wasn't able to reap the benefits of, what he contributed, as far as in his personal life and career wise. Like, he felt like it was cut too short. Okay. And he feels as if his brother may have had tunnel vision and didn't see the bigger picture of everything. I feel like I'm feeling like he's saying that he saw his brother as sad and somewhat depressed. He was definitely sad over Gerald's passing. And he also saw life as kind of like not dealing the cards that was supposed to be dealt. So he almost felt in a similar way to Gerald, but somewhat different. And Gerald saw that. Okay. But definitely he felt like his life was cut short, and he still had a lot more to live for, to accomplish, but it was cut short. Okay. Yeah. That's what these cards are saying. Yeah. He felt as if it was just cut short. And he wished that his brother had a lot more time to accomplish, because he felt like his brother could have did a lot more than what he did. And really enjoy life and really be happy. Not to feel as how he felt, of not being completely satisfied in life, personal and career wise. He felt that his brother could have had the opportunity to actually accomplish content and happiness, although he wasn't able to. Okay. What has he come to understand? What has Gerald come to understand about his life? What has Gerald come to understand about his life? I think he kind of gave us an idea about that, because he pretty much put everything out on the table off top, especially during the first question. One more shuffle. All right. Power card again. Discontent and boredom. This is pretty sad. Things just didn't go the way that he thought they would for his life. Period. Personal and career wise, it just didn't go. He was not content. Remember I said he felt as if his brother could have had the opportunity to reach just being content and happy and, just really enjoying life. Gerald just felt like his life, he wasn't content. He didn't reach the level that he wanted to or he deserved. And remember I said with the other set of cards, it was just like with the pillars, the patience and planning. It's like I did what I was supposed to do. Didn't turn out right. It is what it is. I'm just either going to back away. You know what I mean? It wasn't a love or a passion anymore. Remember I said because his work and his career was intertwined with his passion, it's like since your passion is not being fulfilled or ignited and it's not receiving back the energy that it puts out, it's like it's at a deficit or imbalance. That's why you had that truth card with the scales being imbalanced. It's a deficit, it's an imbalance. So you have that power card again. This is the third time this card came out reversed. And he just felt like a lot of the stuff that he tried his best, but it was just out of his hands. And he's like, okay, maybe the universe is just dealing me these cards. Like, I don't know why, but I don't think he really understood why he didn't reach the level that he was supposed to. And he's still kind of like at a point where he doesn't understand it. He still has not come to terms with it to this day. Spiritual union. Love wise, he wasn't able to, I think, from what I know, I think he had relationships. I think also with Mickey Howard. I think. Y'all don't quote me. But he just was never content. I think because he was never content with his career and his passion and the way things went, everything else that was connected to it also suffered. So even the relationships that he had, he never felt as if he was able to provide what was needed. Not saying just financially, but to give what was needed, because although he tried his all and gave what he needed in his career, it still didn't pop the way he wanted. So is he able to give what's needed in a relationship too, for it to be content, for it to be stable, for it to be balanced, for it to be just what the other person needs and also what he needed? And so it was just like he felt unfulfilled. Okay? He felt unfulfilled, and he's still coming to terms with that. Okay? So he's still trying to come to terms with it and understand why and how and why everything played out the way that it did. Last question. What does he want us to know? What does he want us to know? What does he want us to know? I think he's pretty much said everything, but let's see if there is anything else. All right. card. Emotional withdrawal reversed. Okay. He tried his best. First thing that I'm feeling that he's saying, he's like, he tried his best. He really gave it his all. When he does something, he's saying when he does something, he does it to the fullest. He gives 110%, 150% above average. He goes above and beyond. He says that that's the type of person that he is. And he did what he was supposed to do. And he feels as if, like I said, things didn't work out the way that he wanted, that he dreamed, that he desired. Okay? He doesn't want his family to feel as if, anything was their fault, because he's saying that he had a good upbringing. He's thanking his parents. He's thanking his support system and, his father definitely. He feels as if he really did have a firm foundation, and he has no regrets with that, no complaints about that. Like, he feels as if, his childhood and growing up and his parents, he's thankful for that. It was a good foundation for him. So he has no complaints about that. And then you have the authority card. He feels as if he wished he had more control over the way things transpired and how they played out with his life as far as his career. And he's the type of person that takes control and takes charge. But although he did that as best as he could, it still didn't turn out right. That's what he keeps saying. It's like, I tried my best and I did what I could, but it just didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. And that's what he has to say. So, as far as, his parents and his upbringing and everything, no complaints. It's just, life just didn't turn out the way that he thought it would. So that's pretty much how he feels. But thank you guys for tuning in to this reading. Speak to you again soon. Peace.